Hi, and welcome to my keto journey. It's great to have you with us. I am Sharon Hartley, and I have been following a ketogenic diet going on 15 months, 15 months, and I have lost 80 pounds in those 15 months. I want to talk about emotional eating. But I also want to talk about how my emotions have really been in check since keto. So, if you are watching from YouTube, it's great to have you with us. I hope that you are enjoying our series on emotional eating, comfort eating, and binge eating. And if you're watching from My Keto Journey on Facebook, hi guys! I hope that you're having a wonderful Thursday morning. And I am out here in my yard. This is my beautiful flower. Isn't it gorgeous? So yeah, I just wanted to come on and talk about how my emotions have been since keto. And I want to know, how have your emotions improved since keto? So I was a very, very big emotional eater, and I was very, very big with my emotions. I would let every single word that someone said, I would let it taint me. I would let it hurt me. I would take it to heart, and I would just overthink so many things. And the negative talk would get in my head, and then I'd feel depressed, and I'd have to just get anything to eat because that's what comforted me at the time. And when it was that time of the month, I get so emotional. My hormones were raging. I mean, they were crazy, crazy. Like, I was so moody. Excuse my language for those who don't want to hear, depressed, and then they might grab for something and those carbs sneak back in. And I made a promise to myself that I would not do that this time, that was going to be my boundaries with keto, that I was going to have set myself some boundaries for keto. There's certain foods that I don't eat all that much, like we don't eat sweets. We don't eat too many sweets because sugar is a big trigger for me, and chocolate is a huge trigger for me, because I would just, when I was emotional and I wanted to comfort eat, I would grab for the sugar, I would grab for the chocolate, if it was chocolate cake, if it was chocolate eclairs, chocolate pastries, chocolate anything, basically. Cookies, ice cream, anything. Chocolate syrup. I would just get the bottle and I would pour it upside down, and oh, I had some bad habits, and I would get into the chocolate donuts. Anything sweet, I would get into the donuts. Not the little mini iced donuts, but the real donuts. And even the little iced donuts, I would just eat by the bag, and it was horrible. I'd have like bags of M&Ms and Hershey's Kisses, and oh my gosh, it makes me actually feel sick to my stomach right now to admit that yes, I was that bad. I really had a problem, and I didn't even want to get help. I didn't care, but now I care for myself. I care for my body. I care what I'm putting into my mouth. I care that the way I'm feeling, the way that I have more energy. I care that I'm going to live. Like, I care for my life. Now, there's crows up in the air. Anyway, getting back to with my life, I have suffered major depression. Actually, my doctor had described it as bipolar personality disorders. And I really didn't think I was that bad, but when I look back at things now, yes, I would get very angry. Because I had a history of violence in my family and abuse, and that got me to be very angry, a very angry person, and just a bitter person as well. Yes, can you believe I used to be bitter? just my circumstances in life, my living situations in life, and my relationships that I've had, not boyfriends or husbands, but just relationships with people. I've been hurt so many times, and when I was obese, it was like people didn't even see me. They just looked right past me. And I was watching, I think it's Keto and the Chaos. I was watching her video by Tammy on YouTube, and she was saying how she felt invisible. Yes, I felt invisible. Like I would be sitting in my church and there would be people all around me, but they weren't coming up to me to talk. And I'm sorry if there are any people from the church that I used to go to. I no longer go to that church anymore for a various number of reasons that I'm not going to get into. But I just felt ignored, and I felt like, they were all in their groups. And I felt out of place. So I'm sorry if I offend any of the people from my church. I don't mean to. But I'm not going to go to a place where I don't feel like I'm welcome or part of the family. I can now say that openly. I have been so scared to say that, so unsure of what my decision was going to be. And I've made my decision now that I don't need to go to a church, because God is everywhere. I can be with my husband. I can worship in my own time, in the privacy of my own home. And I just felt that those friendships that I had with my church people were not true friendships. So that, I'm not going to get into it because I don't want to really offend a whole lot of people, but that's just how I felt. That's how I felt. And I noticed that when I started losing the weight, because we had other ketoers too in the church, and everyone else was getting noticed for their weight loss and how great they looked. And, I was really happy for them. But then in the back of my mind, it was like, okay, well, I'm losing weight too. And I didn't want attention or to be noticed, but it would have been nice if someone had said, oh, you're looking really good, because it takes a lot of hard work. I've lost 80 pounds now and I look different. And I feel also to the point where when you're obese or when you're overweight, people don't stop and talk to you. They won't stop and talk to you. And if they do, they're looking at their watch, or they make some excuse that they've got to go. They've got to go somewhere. And I was never invited to things. Like, people would just go out to lunch after church. And a few people did, and I appreciate the few people that had put an effort into it. But now they've just all dropped off. And it really shows you that even though you go to church, it doesn't always mean that those people are caring and trustworthy and involve you in things. They kind of show their true colours in a way. They can talk the talk, but they can't walk the walk. I recently was away for 3 months in Australia, and there was only one person that checked in on my husband, no one else. No one else bothered to call him or see how he was doing. They knew all of his disabilities, and he was here by himself. And we did have a few of his friends kind of look in, but it really hurts me because a friend should be there for you in the good and the bad. And I know a lot of them have families, but I know that that's what I would be doing. That is just a Christian thing to do, is to check in from time to time. Now, I would get text messages, but that's not really a full communication. They know my number to be texting me. Why can't they call me? Why can't they make arrangements with me? So I just feel that with friendships, if they're not going to put the time in and I'm the one that's always reaching out, that is not going to be a friendship that I'm going to be in anymore. I want to be in friendships where it's both ways. I don't want to be in friendships where I will people that took me to church and did stuff for me, but I just feel like I no longer belong there. And that is how you feel when you're overweight. You get more attention when you have dropped weight. They don't know what you look like before. They kind of like forget you as a person. Like, for instance, my doctor didn't even know who I was because I looked like a totally different person. Yes, I hadn't seen her in a year and a half, but still that shouldn't matter because every patient should matter. I mean, you would think that she would remember me because I have an accent. There are a few Australians around here, but she had no idea, no clue who I was. She actually thought I was someone else. And that made me feel really small because I wanted to be known for who I was, and I had shown her before and after pictures and she was very impressed. She's a great doctor, but even people that are in professional careers don't notice who you are. So until you drop the weight, that's when you're going to start getting attention. That's when people are going to start talking to you and they're going to ask you, how have you lost all that weight? And then they're going to be interested and want to hear about it. But it also kind of in the back of your mind thinks, wasn't I like worth talking about before? And they don't want to say to you, oh, you're looking so good, you've lost so much weight, because then it's saying to that person, well, okay, they were overweight and they didn't look all that great, because that's what our self-negative talk tells us, that we're overweight. You know, we mustn't have looked that great before because we never got compliments before until now. So, like, sometimes it can be offensive. It can be offensive when people say things about your weight. So that's why it's not mentioned a lot of the time. I know that I have a lot of people in my group that they say, oh, my family hasn't even noticed my weight loss, and it's you know, that kind of thing. So this has kind of become a little ramble of mine, but and a little vent as well. But all those things that I've been talking about has really weighed down on me. It's weighed down on my heart because not where I'm sitting in a corner being ignored and not being invited to church stuff. I want to find a church where I want to be involved. I want to be involved in outreach programs. At the moment, I don't have my driver's license. I'm just saying how it's been for me. And until you actually say how it is for you, no one's going to know. You have to speak up. And that is what keto has done for me. It's helped me speak up. It's helped me be a confident person. It's helped me know what I want out of life. It's also helped me with what I don't want in my life anymore. I don't want to go back to being ignored. I don't want to have friendships that don't exist, and I feel invisible too. Sorry, I keep getting knocked off. Our wireless connection is not that great. But wrapping it up, you know, you really tend to know what you want out of life. Keto just gives you so much. And, you know, you set your priorities straight and you know what you want. So don't get emotional. Don't let people get you down. Just take a walk. Do something creative. Just get your mind off eating comfort food. Because if you're a Christian, God's going to take care of you. He's going to take care of your situation. He's going to put you in a circle where you belong. And you're going to join and do things that you never thought you could do before. So just have hope and faith that everything is going to work out for itself. And I'll be more than happy to pray with you if you would like. And if you would like to share your struggles with emotional eating, please do. I would love to help you. I'd love to reach out to you. Tell me in the comments below and we'll talk. So I just really want to help people that are in a situation where they're struggling because I was there, and I still have my days. I have my bad days. I don't want you guys slipping up, because the thing is, keto is hard work, and we don't want to undo all that hard work or go backwards again. So just remember that you're worth it, you're loved, and you're beautiful, and don't let anyone else tell you otherwise. I hope that you have a beautiful Thursday. Oh my gosh, it scared me. It's our aircon. I hope that you have a beautiful Thursday, and don't forget that meal plans come out on Friday in my keto journey on Friday morning. I try and put them out in the morning anyway. I'm sorry if they're a little late, but they're out. They're out for you to try if you want. It's not going to be to everyone's taste. But yeah, guys, just remember to just keep yourself busy, keep yourself active, keep yourself motivated. Get those clothes out and go in your bigger clothes and see how far you've come. That's a great thing to be doing. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Take care, guys. Keto on. Bye-bye.